So one of the ASMR community's wackiest characters, Angelica ASMR, has somehow actually gotten worse and has now resorted to mocking religions once again, this time being Islam, which is a very interesting choice to do as an ASMR creator, as well as being accused of racism, as well as posting videos that some people thought were racist and then quickly deleting them, on top of Gooner baiting, basically posting her cleavage and whatnot, despite leaving OnlyFans behind and moving on, but still, again, posting that type of thirst trap content. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the ASMR community, I can't really blame you. Again, it's something very niche. It's one of those things where you hear drama and you're like, why the heck is something devoted to helping people fall asleep or helping people get their rocks off having drama? And I'm just as surprised as you are. But essentially, Angelica ASMR is this creator who essentially led to one of my channel's first viral videos, The Rise and Fall of Angelica ASMR, where I talked about how this specific creator went from basically being a pro-LGBTQ, lesbian or bisexual woman who was very supportive, like very anti-this, anti-that, and pro-this and pro-that, and just completely shifted, pulled a whole complete 360, and went just against that stuff, going as far as posting videos that were using certain slurs, hailing certain people like that funny mustache guy from Germany, talking about Nazi-related things. This character just basically went completely AWOL. Now, before I get too deep into some of the more controversial things, I want to address a funny elephant in the room. Angelica ASMR used to have an OF, an OnlyFans, where she used to post basically quirky, weird ASMR, but she'd be topless. And she ended up leaving that because she thought like posting that kind of content was bad for her mental health and bad for the youth, and she thinks it's bad for women growing up. And I decided to check her channel out, and she's just gone full-on goon mode, right? Like, as a goonie, I'm not mad at it. Sydney Sweeney, Hugo Boss, suit measuring, Bonnie Blue rips your soul out, Halloween succubus, and there's quite a lot of cleavage. I'm not mad at it, Angelica. Get that bag, right?
Me with that neck. Yeah? Is that how you get so much protein in your diet? Yeah. That's fabulous. Is that how you keep those nice jeans big and strong?
And then we have her newest videos where she does Lara Croft cosplay. Again, we got a lot of rack action going on.
But I do want to see what my dear Winston would look like if he was much improved. No need to take offense, Winston. It's just a comment. Anyways, let us begin.
And again, I'm not mad at it. I don't think there's really a problem with showing cleavage on OF, right? There's that kind of content for everyone. Some people like it, some people don't. I just think it's funny to leave OF and, call out content like that, but then make this like safe for work Gooner Bait material, right? Like, if you have a large chest and you're going to make videos mocking Sydney Sweeney and cosplaying as Lara Croft, go for it. I'm not mad at it. It's just kind of funny. Now we get to the fun part of the video. This is Angelica's grass. This was Angelica ASMR's main channel before she ended up getting demonetized a few years back. And I guess now she just uses it to post like some of her controversial videos because they're not going to make money anyways, from what I understand. So she doesn't mind posting things like 7 reasons why I chose Islam, ASMR coming out as a gay trans man Muslim edition, right? It's obviously a parody, coming out as a gay trans man, right? She's doing some sort of attempt at like calling out. I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I knew what the heck was happening in these videos.
Aloha and Hakuna Matata. Ever since I have converted to Islam, I have made great progress in understanding myself as an image created in the image of Allah. And I have come to many discoveries about myself, several upon several, many discoveries about myself. And it is with a humble heart that I come before all of you fine, accepting, open-minded people. You followers of the one and only God Allah.
And a part of me thinks that Angelica is still playing a character. I'm just not sure what character this is because she seems to make fun of every single thing on each side. But a lot of it comes down to me essentially thinking that Angelica is just rage baiting, as she has an entire snark subreddit. If you don't know, snark is basically an entire group that dedicates their time to prowling someone's feed and Instagram and Twitter, blah, 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 trying to find little things that they can nitpick. And I think in Angelica ASMR's case, it's extremely funny because they just call her out for every little thing. And this is luckily like one of the only ways that I can even see some of the things that she's doing, because everything she does gets deleted or she posts it on a feed that ends up getting deleted. And it's just funny. Now, this is in response to her, again, Islam video. Someone says, do a Charlie Kirk POV. She said, I would never do an impression of a white nationalist. Instead, I'll do POV of George Floyd. Don't even know what that means. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic, if she's being funny, because it seems like when she went like anti, gay people, she would be trying to appeal to like Charlie Kirk fans and whatnot, but now she's making fun of Charlie Kirk, but she could be being sarcastic about Charlie Kirk. And then, of course, she's trolling about the George Floyd part. It's just all very confusing. Now, Angelica ended up making a new series of content on her channel called Celeb ASMR, and people were not exactly happy about it. People aren't very happy with a lot of the content that she makes, but this one is saying doing Ariana Grande's makeup for Wicked, and people are pretty upset at her because she used a skeleton, which we all know Ariana Grande is a bit on the thinner side, to the point where you can like see her rib cage coming out in some pictures and whatnot. People were kind of upset that she would use this skeleton to mock a woman who had an eating disorder, from what people can kind of assume. And she ended up also making this video called Celeb ASMR doing Cynthia Erivo's makeup for Wicked. And people are pretty upset at this one for a completely different reason. Kind of looks like we got a BlackFace skeleton going on, right? We all know the pretty horrific caricatures of someone with their face completely painted black and the big red lips. That's kind of what this skeleton's got going on. Angelica did end up deleting this video, so truthfully, I think that was an accident on her part. Again, part of why I think she's playing a character. She's kind of leaning in on the trolling, leaning in on the shit posting in a sense. Now, I'm not going to claim that she like tried to be extremely racist and create like a blackface skeleton, but apparently she also called Cynthia Erivo, a cryptid, which again, in my eyes, just comes across as making fun of her for being kind of scary looking. And I even decided to bust out the old reliable and look up what a cryptid means. It's an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated, such as the Yeti or Bigfoot. So again, I don't think it was necessarily a racist comment or a racist joke. It was just making fun of her looks. See that as you may, right? You can say it's mean to make fun of someone's appearance, but I don't think it's fair to jump to the racism card because someone calls someone an insult unrelated to race. But again, I'm not in Angelica's wacky little brain, so I don't know if she's racist, right? I'm just kind of assuming, based on what I've seen, internet trolling and how people have watched the whole Wicked fiasco between Ariana and Cynthia and them like literally like making love on camera and whatnot. I would just say that was kind of an oopsie on Angelica's part, her just kind of being stupid, not realizing how people would conceive that as actually being racist compared to some of the controversial takes she's made. Now, while we are on the topic of racist comments, we can talk about this one that's again from the Snark post. This was from 3 days ago at the time of posting this. It's from looks like a German account. 0 hearts. So she's just posting this stuff for the love of the game, guys. Just rage bait top tier. The absolute rudeness from some of these comments. Down syndrome kids are literally healthier than mixed race kids, yet you keep applauding Jamal and Stacy for their soon-to-be fatherless children. Interesting comment to make, Angelica. Truly interesting. So, yeah, I don't know if she can really beat the allegations. Again, this could just be a insane level of trolling, and it could be an insane level of cope for me, right? At the end of the day, I don't hate Angelica. I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, as long as she's not physically hurting people, I don't care what she does and what she posts. I'm just going to talk about it and laugh about it and make a mockery of it, because it seems like she's making a mockery of all of these controversial things that she decides to do. So I don't know what to say, truly. All we know is that Angelica ASMR is still insane. Nothing has changed since a year or two ago when I made videos talking about her and moving away from the ASMR drama. Decided to dip my toes back into the Angelica grass or the water of ASMR drama and news, and she's still just as wacky as ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below what you think about Angelica. If you think this is all just some big elaborate character that she's playing, or if she's actually genuinely like such a horrible evil person and so racist and hates this and hates that and hates every religion and hates mixed children and hates all this other stuff. I don't know. I've given my takes, I've given my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Bye.